So now what we're trying to do is to involve the chiefs who have the powers in the various communities. Growing up, the chief will be gong for you to come and clean. So we thought that, no, why don't we bring them on board to do what they used to do better, so that at least they will help us improve. In this country, you have every community, you have a church. Bring the religious people on board. You have a church or a mosque, bring the religious people on board to also sensitize their own people, because as they go to the various churches and mosques, they can educate their people, sensitize them to also take part in these exercises, so that at least it will help do this work. And I think one of the key things also had to do with the fact that now resources have been allocated to the various MMDAs to undertake sanitation exercises. So we're looking at improving the system. Once you have the resources and you need to do some work, you'll be able to do it better than when you don't have. And the fact that we'll be sensitizing the people, educating them, letting them know what is in there, so that at least they'll be able to do better. This time too, what we're trying to bring on board had to do with the fact that we're trying to open up a call center where you can lodge a complaint. So as I sit now, we've opened a call center. It will be inaugurated by the minister, and the numbers will come out. So once you see something somewhere, all you need to do is to call that number, and it will be taken care of. Let me say here that somebody will say that we started, what is happening. Sanitation is not something you can just sit down today and say that you finish everything. Once we leave, we generate waste. And once we generate waste, we need to take care of it. So it's a continuous process. So everything under sanitation is a continuous process. If you want to do sensitization, you need to do it continuously. If you want to do the work itself, where you need to undertake the sanitation exercise, it has to be continuous, because every day we generate waste. So every day we need to see how we can collect the waste. We decided that we'll do every first Saturday of the month. But this month we said, no, for the festive season, why don't you do a week-long activity? Get a lot more people to work, be able to clean larger areas. We even asked the municipalities to see the possibility of cleaning the curbs. As you drive along the street, you see a lot of silt. We're asking that they should clean the curbs, paint them, and paint the trees along the streets, so that the cities will be more brighter. So there are a few things that has been added to what was being done initially. And the idea is to improve on the system for now, so that at least going forward, we'll be able to maintain the system, improve on it, and make sure that the cities are kept clean.
Okay. So the reassurance that this time around we're going to keep to it, keep to the momentum. Yeah. We're not going to go back and forth with it. Let me bring in
everybody to be part of it.
Let me bring in John, UMC for Ga West, and the dean as well, the dean as well. Since it was relaunched, I mean, there have been pockets of it. We've seen it on TV. How's it going?
To viewers, first and foremost, we would have to appreciate the President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Day. I think that the idea of reset cuts across. So the relaunching the National Sanitation Day is to resensitize us, and it's not a one-day event. So since we, the municipal chief executives, and I'm speaking as the dean of Greater Accra MMDCs, we were there, were part of it, and were mandated to implement all the objectives of the National Sanitation Day. And since then, are always involved. They are always seen doing some action. At Ga West, we are also trying to use this National Sanitation Day to advocate for cleanliness. So, we have the National Task Force, which when we break down comes to the Municipal Task Force, the Sanitation Task Force. What they are doing is we brought back the tankers system. You know, we used to have town council.
Yeah.
We used to call them tankers. And when you were young, when you see the tankers come, you can see your mother and people in the house running away because they are going to summon them.
They don't need to run away. They just need to do the right thing.
Yes, but when we were young, like they were seen like community police.
I understand that.
So we have brought it back, and we expect all the sanitation task force to also support the idea. We have different activities so far as sanitation is concerned. We have the cleaning of the public spaces, and then also conscientizing residents to also clean the environment and their backyards, and collectively also coming in to ensure that all of us are taking part. I think all what we are doing has been done before. What is most important is how different is what we're doing now in 2025 from 2014. So this time around, because our ministry, the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, embodies chieftaincy and religion, there is a need part of this sanitation day. So yesterday we had a meeting. Yesterday, our respected local government minister did this better. And one of the objectives we took away is to get the chiefs involved and the churches so that they will remind the people when they go to church on Sunday, they need to be part of it. Also, at every municipal assembly or district assembly, we have information services departments. So we expect them to also take it on, advocate for it, so that it will become community engagement. The whole community will be part of it, so it becomes a way of life. We are also trying not to use it as a one-day event, whereby National Sanitation Day, it is the first Saturday of every month. So they see you doing it, then we go back, and then the filth is still there. So it is something that we're going to continue. It's continuous assessment, continuous improvement to ensure that at least we achieve a collective goal.
So whilst talking, I picked a line. We go, and then the filth is still there. You said it. It tells you that it's like sanitation is like a giant. I mean, a lot has been done. This move is not new. I have witnessed people, even in the private sector, trying to take their own initiatives. They push it, it looks like something is happening, and then it becomes a 9-day wonder. Yeah. It looks like it's not just one party, it's not just the government, it involves the citizens as well. And it's a mindset thing that I've said over and over again. What is the strategy to be able to work on people's minds, or else then it will be like we're pouring water into a basket?
Yeah. This is a very good one, and I'll use this opportunity to appeal to all of you, the media, to get involved. You know, the local dialect stations and English-speaking stations. You know, please get involved, support this agenda. Let people understand the need to keep our environment clean. I was making an example the other time. If you drink from a bottled water and you finish drinking it, what do you do to the bottled water? You shouldn't feel disgrace holding the bottled water to find a bin. What we see is that the sachet, when children drink, they throw it, right from the schools, way up, for everyone to know that sanitation is part of our way of life, so that we get everyone involved. More so, we also need to make sure we have the bins available, so that people will not find it difficult to throw rubbish away. So these are the provisions that we talk about, and we're going to do it. And yesterday, we had an extensive discussion on it. Having said that, just 3 days ago, I had the opportunity to have a meeting with Italian investors. And one of the things we talk about, like I push for, is to, they manufacture a crusher, bottle crusher. And what happens is that, the crusher is like a box. If you have a bottle in your hand, you put it in it, and when it fills up, maybe it takes about 1,000 bottles, it crushes them into granules. So we were talking about it, and I was spearheading them bringing it and piloting it in Ghana. And the good thing we took out of the meeting was that they are trying to bring a few and distribute it around so that we see how best we can recycle some of these bottles. Additionally, I also appeal that they should give us green beans, in the school, so that we can start educating our young ones to know that some of these plastics are not just a waste. It could be reused. They are recyclables. Then also providing the other beans around, so that everywhere in the public spaces, it will be easy for you to put your rubbish there.
So
but there is a need for a national conscientization, sensitization, and awareness or advocacy for all of us to get involved, to know that, yes, this has come to stay. We make examples anytime we're talking about sanitation. We mention Algeria, we mention Rwanda. It's nowhere, but it's Kigali. When you talk about Rwanda, it's Kigali. When you talk about Algeria, it's Algiers, because when you get down from the airport, you're at Kigali and you see the environment, you see that place is clean. You don't know about the other places. So we also believe that when Accra is dirty, Ghana is dirty. When Accra is clean, Ghana is clean. Yeah. So we, the municipal chief executives and district chief executives in Greater Accra, we are partnering, and it's our responsibility, though, to ensuring that this year round, the reset agenda, what the minister is championing, and I want to give credit to the regional minister and the local government minister and deputy for the great work they are doing.
All right, I'll bring you in again, but let me bring Mr. Sampson in again. This whole thing, I don't want to shift from the issue of attitude and mindset, or else then we go around in cycles. We may have all the beautiful ideas, but we don't seem to find our way through. Sanitation is a very serious matter. Could we go the round of using an iron fist? I mean, penalties, being strict, and making sure that people do the right thing? Because maybe if we're lenient and we go the software, we just have all the ideas, beautiful ideas, but not getting the results we need, at the end of the day, it has to come to a place where we realize that the problem has been solved to a very large extent. Can we use that?
Thank you very much. Let me say that if we decide to use that one alone, it wouldn't work.
No, it complements.
Yes, unless otherwise we decide to do a lot of sensitization, a lot of education, then that one becomes the last result. Because if people are not aware of what they are supposed to do, and you decide to take them to task for not doing, they will continuously do those things. So it's good we do the sensitization, we create the awareness, like we're here talking to the people, sensitize them on the need for them to do the right thing. Then at the end of the day, we bring the penalties at the end of the day. What we try to do as a ministry is, in collaboration with our assemblies, set up sanitation courts within the various assemblies. So once we're doing the education, sensitization, we detected that some people who are very difficult to talk to, we take them to these courts and they will be reprimanded to serve as a deterrent to others. So we're moving on both sides. We don't want to say that let's do only education, let's sensitize the people and leave them to do what they want.
But we've come far, and it's like it's still existing. How much more time do we have? Trumpet may sound today.
Yes. Like you're saying, trumpet may sound today, but we believe that we need to do a lot more education and sensitization. Okay. And that's the way we should go. Like we're sitting here talking, you're giving us their time. We're talking to the people, the need for them to clean assemblies. They have staff who move from house to house to talk to people about sanitation, educate them on the need to clean their environment. That is the way we want to imbibe that into their system. We don't want a situation where if you use force right from the beginning, the person doesn't even understand what he's supposed to do. So he commits the offense. He goes and comes. He commits the same offense because he doesn't seem to understand.
There's something that we should.
The doubt that they don't know. Give them the education, give them the sensitization. Then at the end of the day, put the penalties on board and take them to task. And that is what we did with the assemblies. Now the assemblies are, like I said, setting up sanitation courts. Areas where we cannot set up the courts, we're trying to discuss with the court system to set aside a day for sanitation cases.
All right. So let's go to this month. It was shifted forward because of Farmers' Day, and you've made it a whole week.
Yep.
Let's get into it properly in the next few minutes. How is it going to flow in the program?
This month, we decided we should do the exercise from 13th to 20th, every day within the week. What we're going to do is we expect the assemblies to mobilize people within their communities, the assembly staff, the community members, their various stakeholders in the various communities, so that they come together, mobilize resources so that they can clean. If you decide to clean one day, the communities are very big. have a huge municipality. You decide that let's organize cleanup within a day. Mostly you get people sweeping their houses and their immediate environs. But when it gets to the public places, the streets and other, it becomes a bit of a problem. So if you're doing a week-long activity, then you can schedule yourself that within here tomorrow. You can't do all within a day. So if you try to put a program together for at least a week, you'll be able to do a lot of work. Whilst doing the exercise, the others also go to council. And what they're trying to do is that they have messages that the pastors will be preaching in the various churches. So they are devoting 15 minutes of their church time every day so that they will talk about sanitation. And I think it's a very good thing. They should be preaching. They will give some messaging. But at the end of the day, we'll have a system where those who will not try to behave the way we want will be taken to tax. It used to be there, formerly, the some people will come and arrest people. What was happening was that it got to a point they arrest the person, then the chief executive who sits in his office will be called by somebody. Oh, my brother has been arrested by some people. Can you help me take the case out of court? Those things discourage the environmental people.
All right. So let me
and it wasn't helping.
Okay.
But now, those that are going to call him are part of it. So we're asking that you better advise them, educate them not to do those things for you to go and beg.
Okay, so John, I'll bring John in quickly, your final.
You see, so talk to your people not to do the worst thing. They should rather do the right thing. Then they won't disturb the chief executive to take the case, because if I'm an environmental health officer and I have a case I take to the court and you ask my boss to withdraw, I do 1, 2, 3, you ask me to withdraw, I wouldn't be encouraged to do that again.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I think we have to appreciate the dedication and efforts.
And we have just a minute.
Yes, because of the government, because now local government has been able to procure 3 automated sweepers. In a country of this sort, we didn't have it. Now we have it. So these sweepers will be going around and will also support the idea. This is the time that you've seen municipal chief executives and communities of municipalities getting involved in that, having videos of them, doing sanitation. So I think the agenda is good. But what we need to look at is our way of life, attitude, because our behavior affects our attitude affects our behavior. And also, we, the municipal chief executives, we have the right to enforce the law. We are the implementers of the law, govern policies and bylaws. So we are calling upon everyone to see the need to partner as far as this sanitation day is concerned. And it's not one-day event. It is ongoing. It's our way of life. We are also appealing to the media houses to come along and sensitize the people so that collectively we can achieve these sanitation objectives.
All right, so it's a collective exercise. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I hope this goes a long way to nip this canker in the bud, because it's terrible. Some of the parts of town, you go to town, some places stink, the gutters are choked, the filth doesn't speak well. So I pray this goes a long way.
Yes.
To nip it in the bud.
It will.
Thank you, John, So and I, for coming on, and thank you, Mr. Samson Akwiti, for coming on as well. I wish you all Van der Palen.